In today's preview, you will get Blades versus Burnley team news for that top of the table clash, as well as last time out, player connections, and wait until the end for my score prediction. Yes, we are looking at the Lane game, 12:30 p.m. It is Sheffield United against Burnley. Huge match. Really excited ahead of this one. Could be big, could tell us a little bit more about where Sheffield United really do stand in the championship table. Before we get any further into the video, a big shout out to our members. Each and every one of you supporting, it means a tremendous amount. We've got their names scrolling along the bottom. You keep the lights on at Sheff United Way Towers. Also, shout out to NordVPN for sponsoring the channel. And 𝗣𝗿𝗿𝗿𝗹, the musical ensemble with 98 members in 14 countries, many of them Blades. They are a little bit different from most artists, and you can check out their upcoming album, Stick or Twist. Now, it was a case against Bristol City of sticking or twisting in that first half with 𝗍𝗿𝗿𝗃. And it was interesting to see that 𝗍𝗿𝗃𝗵𝗏𝗹 made a very rare first-half substitution for tactical rather than injury reasons. 𝗍𝗿𝗃 was withdrawn. James McAtee would then go on to have quite a big impact in that game, getting a player for Bristol City sent off. I thought it was one of those gritty, backs-to-the-wall performances, a win, 1-0 when United didn't play particularly well, but sometimes those are the kind of wins that you look back on at the end of the season, particularly if it is eventually a successful season. 𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗃𝗍 scoring a goal which some will say was offside, with Sharp perhaps interfering with play, but not he who headed it on. Personally, I think it was offside, but hey, we're going to take him. We're due a bit of luck, and that's 6 points from 2 away games. So we move, and we move on to the last time out when we played Burnley, 23rd of May, 2021. We were in the Premier League. 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗍𝗃 struck a fine winner set up by Ender Stevens. We were, of course, already relegated. It was one of the games where fans were allowed back in, not a huge amount, but some, and we avoided a whole host of unwanted records by beating Burnley, which is sadly the end of our 2-year Premier League stay. But 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗍𝗃, it was a kind of backpedaling Claret's defence that he drove at. He curled the ball past Will Norris from 25 yards, to the delight of a few of, as I say, the Blades fans that were back and allowed in to Bramall Lane for the first time since March 2020. And Norris, you'll notice, was the goalkeeper. He was starting that game ahead of Nick Pope, who had to have knee surgery. But the result ensured United averted the embarrassment of recording the lowest ever top-flight tally. Derby County, of course, setting that record in 2007-8 season, a total of 20. We also avoided setting a new Premier League record for defeats in a season, having matched the existing mark and equaling the most home losses. So a good result in many respects. Now let's jump straight on to the modern day, and Sheffield United Burnley. You want that team news. I know that we need to know injuries are not going to be as much of a factor as they definitely have been. It's been a real issue with injuries over the past few, and something that we have been trying desperately to avoid. And in that previous match, I know that there was certain concerns over players, even right at the end of full time. Are they going to be available for this game? 𝗍𝗿𝗃𝗵𝗏𝗹 very rarely gives too much away, and what he does give away isn't always necessarily what you're actually going to see on a match day. I will put Nick's predicted 11 up on screen very soon, so we can have a little look at what he thinks of this one, what we hope, and certainly I'd never say no. Billy Sharp, John Fleck, Ender Stevens, Jack Robinson, Kieran Clark, back and available for selection. Maybe without Tommy Doyle, of course, missed the Bristol City game, calf issue there. We know Max Lowe, Reece Norrington-Davis, Jayden Bogle, Sander Berge, and Ryan Brewster are long-term ruled out. Anil Ahmedhodzic, of course, returning after that suspension, although 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗍𝗃𝗍 has options now, doesn't he? And the options at the back three, Basham, Egan, Robinson, Ahmedhodzic. It's good problems to have. And Fleck may well again be in that midfield, partnering Oliver Norwood if Doyle is likely to be absent. But let's see what Nick's gone with for this predicted one. He said that we'll stick with Wes in goal, no real surprise there. But then Ahmedhodzic on the right, Robinson on the left, rather than Basham being involved here, with, of course, Egan at centre-back. Baldock at right wing back, Ender Stevens at left. He's gone with Norwood and hoping that Doyle will be fit next to him. McAtee, after being brought on as a sub, doing enough, according to Nick. 𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍 supporting Oliver McBurney. So that's what Nick reckons. Let us know in the comments what you think for this one. I've got to say, I'm not sure Doyle's necessarily going to make it. Hope he does. Absolutely integral, vital player. Now, Burnley, they look good under their manager, the Belgian former defender, Vincent Kompany. The Clarets sit top of the table, 19 played, incredibly 10-1, 8 drawn, only 1 defeat. They've scored 6 more than us, conceded 2 more, though. And they've been really clinical in their last 4. They've won them. They beat Rotherham 3-2 in their previous match. J. Rodriguez, a real danger man up top. 8 goals in 16 games, so a goal every other game. Burnley, though, will be without suspended Josh Brownhill, a midfielder I like. He picked up the 5th yellow for him of the season against Rotherham on Wednesday night. Ashley Westwood, Josh Cullen remaining out of action through injuries. Scott Twine will miss out. Darko Cherlanov also going to miss out. So I think it'll be Muric in goal. Vitinho, Bayer, 𝗍𝗿𝗿𝗶𝐿𝐿, and Matson at the back. Jack Cork, son of Alan Cork, in the middle with Bastian. Then Benson, Teller, and Zarori supporting that danger man, J. Rodriguez. Going to be a really tough match. Got to be honest. This is one of the ones I think I've been most nervous about, but I think it will really draw a line in the sand. It'll let us know where we realistically are with this season because they're looking like the best side. The referee, it's an interesting choice. It's Darren Bond again, and he is from Lancashire. Remind me where Burnley is again? He's taken charge of 15 games this season. He's issued a huge 61 yellows. He's given 1 red, but he's not given any penalties. He was the man in the middle for 2 Blades matches already this season. Our 1-1 draw at home against Birmingham City. And before that, you remember it so well, our last gasp winner, 1-0 away at Swansea. How crucial was 𝗍𝗿𝗂𝐃 with that one. We've got a new video on this very channel all about 𝗍𝗿𝗂𝐃. It's fascinating. There'll be things in there you don't know. And that is with a Blackburn Rovers fan. Of course, he was on loan last season at Ewood Park. So it's 𝗍𝗿𝗂𝐃's season so far. Check it out. I do think there'll be something in there that you might go, oh, I certainly raised a few eyebrows when I was finding out more about it. My score prediction for this one, well, if you don't already, make sure you start watching the weekly score predictions video that we put on this channel. It is Ollie and Nick going tete-a-tete and trying their very best to outmuscle each other when it comes to predictions. So hopefully you'll do better than particularly Ollie. And maybe I will as well. I want to be wrong, but I've been predicting some pretty negative results recently, the last 2, in fact, and it's worked in our favour. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to go with a 2-1 defeat. Now, there is some method behind the madness, not just because I'm thinking it's actually going to be bringing us luck, but I think Burnley are at top of the table for a reason. I didn't think Vincent Kompany would get them purring and singing quite so quickly, but he really has, and they look a very, very hard side to break down, but they've also got goals, and a lot of them at the other end of the pitch. So they're a dangerous outfit, and I think they will be possibly just too much for this injury-ravaged, patched-up Sheffield United side. We have had 1 extra day of rest, but I mean, anyone watching that Bristol City game, it didn't look like the kind of game you come away and go, well, that's an extra day of rest. I mean, a really, really difficult match, backs to the wall, almost all the way through it. And again, not our best performance. When we talk about players that have played for both, love doing player connections, and quite a few who've actually represented both. I'm not going to give you too many. I'd rather you put your thoughts in the comments below. Players that you can think of that played for both Sheffield United and Burnley. I'll go with Gareth Taylor first, scorer of one of the greatest goals. So good, in fact, the cameraman missed it against Nottingham Forest. He's really popular with both. Matt Lowton, didn't see too much of him at Bramall Lane, but he's had a huge amount of his career at Burnley, the right back. 𝗍𝗿𝗿𝗂𝐃, a player we had on loan when Brian Robson was our manager. We had him on loan from Manchester United. He's gone on to be a solid pro, Stoke and Burnley amongst his clubs. And many would call him a quite unkind bad bye, but 𝗍𝗿𝗄𝐵𝗍𝗍, scorer of that goal against Sheffield Wednesday, I think more fondly remembered, I think it's fair to say, by Clarets fans. So just a few that I was thinking of there. So let me know in the comments below players that played for both Sheffield United and Burnley, and also look forward as well to the watch along tomorrow and enjoy the game. Hopefully I'm eating my words and we're talking about a victory.